Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a first impressions / tutorial on the Hasina 2 palette from Blushtribe. This is the color story right here. Really beautiful, really nice. I did film this look and I will be giving you guys my thoughts in this video. So if you're interested in sort of figuring out what I think of this little palette right here, this is a video for you. I will put timestamps down below, so if you want to skip the tutorial and go to my final thoughts, or if you just want to do like vice versa, then there are timestamps down below for your convenience. And also if you want to see swatches of this palette, I did do a swatch party with this palette, which I will put in the cards and down below. I swatched pretty much every single color in this palette and I gave you guys a little bit of an overview of the sleeve, of the palette itself, and of the packaging. So that is a good video to check out if you want some more details on this palette. But if you want to see my thoughts, if you want to see how this palette applied, and if you want to see my general first impressions, and then of course keep on watching. I kind of want to create a look that is very focused on like the green shades in this palette, but I also do want to work with some of the other shades, so we'll see how it works. I'm going to be dipping into this shade called Monique right here. It's a really beautiful like icy lavender color, and then I'll be packing this on to my brow bone. I feel like it's a little bit of a darker shade, so I don't know how well it can work as a brow bone highlight. But quite frankly, I think that I'll be able to go in with some of the other shades in this palette to kind of fix that. Then I want to go into this shade called Faye. I think what I want to do is flip the brush over, just dip into Faye and just use it to kind of like just really intensify that brow bone highlight. Yeah, I feel like that's better because that is a little bit more, a little lighter, and I feel like there's more reflect in that shade, so it kind of functions better as a brow bone highlight. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into this color called Re. I was really excited about getting this color because it's just this really bright turquoise color, and I want to apply this right into the outer portion of my eyelid. I'm also going to be taking the brush and sort of like moving the color into my outer crease as well. The brush that I'm using is actually from an Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, and it has like a longer bristle, but what's nice about it is that it's pretty stiff, so it still does work for packing on color. Okay, I'm also using a lighter hand to brush the color out and sort of extend it so it's a slight wing shape. The lighting in this video is absolutely terrible, very sorry about that, but essentially what I'm doing is I'm providing more emphasis on the color right here, and I'm using a heavier, like a more precise hand in that area, and then in this outer part and also in this portion of my lid I'm just using a lighter hand, and that way we can get like that really nice diffusion going. I'm immediately getting a pretty significant level of color payoff, and I'm actually kind of really liking this look so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a more stiff shadow brush, but it's a pretty basic shadow brush. It's a very kind of like I wouldn't say it's like very dense, but it's not like a fluffy brush either. So I'm going to dip into this color called Anya, and this is like a really bright cerulean blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically apply this color into the inner portion of my lid. Oh my gosh, I love that payoff. That is so beautiful. I'm also going to go in with a second layer for some added intensity. I think right now I want to go in with like a small crease brush and pick up that blue again and sort of use it to diffuse my edges. I am really loving like how these colors blend together, because you'd be surprised how many like makeup brands, like big makeup brands, even make colors that don't work well together. I'm going in with like more of that turquoisey color, by the way, to intensify my outer corner. But these shades, like so far, they're blending well together, but they're still like maintaining their own pigmentation and their own vibrancy. They still look like separate shades, but they're still working together so incredibly beautifully. I think I'll be able to fix this in editing, but right now it's really irritating me how like much blue there is in this video. Like this video right now is tinted blue. Like that's how bad the lighting is. I would actually really love to figure out an adequate filming setup so I can film at nighttime, because I just filming during the day, it means like that I can only film on weekends or on certain days that I don't have work and school taking up most of my day, which is not necessarily something that happens, because even on the days that I'm able to come home for like an hour or so in the middle of the day, I don't necessarily have like the energy to film a good video. I want to like make sure that I'm also making the right points. Like there's some videos that I have to literally go in with like text and just correct what I'm saying, because like sometimes I misspeak, and that happens a lot if I'm like filming a video when I'm tired or something like that. And don't get me wrong, I love doing this and I love filming videos, but yeah, I mean, I do get tired, and whenever that happens, then I have to cut the entire like footage. So I would love to film like at night, because then I wouldn't feel pressure to film so much during the weekend, and I could get things done during the day, and I could film at night. And you know, it usually takes me, well, it takes me sometimes like a few hours to film certain things, but then like other things it takes me like just 30 minutes to an hour. So I don't know, I might be able to figure that out. What I'm trying to get at is hopefully at some point I'll be able to create a filming setup so I can film at night without having to worry too much about lighting and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe I'll try and figure that out at some point. But for my lower lash line, I want to go in with like a slightly more stiff brush, and I want to dip into, okay, you know what? I want to dip into this shade. Okay, we're still using this shade, but I'm only going to be applying this to the outer part of my lower lash line. So like literally just stopping at the midway point and then just sort of lightly fluffing the color into my outer crease. Okay, so it kind of looks like that. Very simple. That literally just took me like 2 seconds. What I'm doing now is I'm dipping into this color called Mohan, and I swatched this color in my swatch party, and I absolutely loved it. So this is going right smack between that green shade and that blue shade that we applied earlier. I don't know if this will look good or not, but I do really want to incorporate this shade in today's look. So we're using it. That is really nice. That is really dramatic though, and I kind of love it. Actually, you know what? Let's go in with that blue shade and just apply that into my inner corner just a little bit more intensely. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a lighter hand and smaller motions to just really diffuse that color a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip in with my fingers and pick up, I think I want to pick up this like green shade right here and just pop it in just a little bit into my inner corner just to add a little bit more reflect to the entire look. I mean, I still want that blue, which is why I'm kind of shearing this color out, but I also want there to be a slight reflect in my inner corner, and I want to add something a little bit different, which is why I'm going with the green. Actually, just for a little bit of fun, let's go in with that blue shade as well. And I want to try that color out and see how it goes. I mean, this is the first impressions, right? So we're just trying everything out. Okay, I like that a lot better because now we have like 3 layers of eyeshadow. We have that blue, all right, and then we have that green, like sort of like reflective shade, and now we're going in with a blue that has like this really beautiful luster to it. So I love that added effect. I was actually toying around with the idea of using some of these shades as a highlighter for my face. So I think I'll mix in that green with a little bit of that purple and just apply it to my face. I don't know how this will look. I do think I want to apply the liquid illuminator on top though, just because I don't want there to be like that weird cast. And I know, I've said this before like so many times, especially last year, you shouldn't apply liquids on top of powders because it messes with the way it looks. And honestly, like, sometimes I just like to, I don't know, go crazy. So this is me doing that. Okay, I do think that I like that effect a lot better because, I mean, you don't get that cast, but you still get that little bit of luminosity. Because I don't want there to be a cast. I think I'm gonna go with that purple shade again and just press it at the high points of my highlight. Okay, so what I've done here is I've kind of like done like a mixture of using my regular liquid illuminator and using the like violet and green shades from the palette to create my highlight, and it's an interesting look. I think that there is that weird cast though, which is fine because this is not meant to be used as highlight, but I do like to experiment every now and then. So there you go. Then I'm applying a little bit of Illuminator, the product left on the brush, on the center of my face. And this is kind of what we're looking at right now. Next, I do want to apply some bronzer to my face. I'm doing a little bit of a light contour today. My summer tan has officially completely disappeared right now. I'm gonna get started on my lashes real quick. I'm gonna first apply a coat of mascara. While I wait for my lashes to get tacky, I'm gonna apply some lip liner. The one that I'm using today is from Wet n Wild. It's called the Gel Lip Liner and the shade is Bear to Comment. If you want to wear color on your lips, but you don't want to make it look like you're wearing color on your lips, you kind of want to do like a no makeup look, my suggestion is to find a lip liner that's very close to your natural lip color when you have like color in your lips, and just line your lips. You can do a little bit of overlining, just a little bit, and then go on top with a lip balm. What ends up happening is that the lip balm sort of like just drags the lip liner around and just diffuses it all over your entire lip area. Your lips get moisturized, you get that hint of color, and when you're wearing no makeup whatsoever, it looks super natural and it looks like you just naturally have like the most amazing lip day. But since we are doing a little bit of a makeup tutorial and I want to make it a little extra, I'm going to be going in with this Jouer lip topper in the shade Skinny Dip. For some reason I stopped using this, but I was using this a ton at the beginning of the year, but now I'm coming back to it. So for lashes, we are using these ones. I believe that these are called the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this look. This is the finished first impressions makeup tutorial with the Hasina palette from Blushtribe. I think we used a substantial amount of shades from this palette. In this look, we used, I believe, these 3 shades as well as this one right here. The purple, the blue, the green, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades in one look so far. I feel like we're doing pretty well. So yeah, I do love how these colors performed. I will be doing more looks with this palette and I want to try it out more extensively, but let's speed on through to my final first impression thoughts on this palette. I really liked how I was able to pack them on the eye really intensely pretty easily, and something that I did like as well was the fact that I really didn't have to try and blend them out to get a good diffused result. So these shades for me are so incredibly beautiful. I think that I will definitely enjoy using them more and more and more. My favorite shades so far are these 3 mattes. They're so incredibly beautiful and they work so well together. You saw how easily that turquoise blended. I really just used the same brush just to lightly just blend it out, and it was super easy, worked really well, and you can see that it went on really intensely. So I will be trying this out further in the future. You will be seeing more and more looks with it. If you want to see swatches and you want to see like me go through each and every shade, I will go and put the swatch party in the cards or down below in the description box for you guys. And when I do end up putting up a review of this palette, I will link that as well. But so far I am trying it out and I'm very excited about it. So yeah, I'm really happy with this palette. I really wasn't expecting it to be that pigmented for some reason, but it was so incredibly pigmented, so easy to use, definitely obsessed with it at the moment. So let me know what you thought of this look. Let me know what you think of this palette. Do you own it? Do you not own it? Do you kind of want it, but you're kind of like not sure? Let me know what you thought. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.